Good evening, viewers, and thank you for joining us on yet another episode of Crime Watch. In this program, we unravel crime issues occurring in the country and highlight the efforts by your police service in fighting this scourge, with, of course, the help of you members of the public who have become inseparable partners in this endeavor. I'm your host, Vanessa Sasibanda. As we continue to reach communities of criminals, we are happy to announce that some of these notorious criminals have been arraigned before the courts of law, convicted, and are serving jail terms for various offenses. And as we begin today's program, we take a look at some of these convictions. Courage Matimba, aged 22, and Trimo Matimba, aged 28, have been convicted to 16 years imprisonment each for attempted murder after they struck Emmanuel Machingura, Heavy Siki, and Godfrey Machingura several times using machetes. Penisa Mutwangwa, aged 35, Charles Chivunde, aged 34, Aida Yvonne Munyambara, and Ruth Tarupua, aged 30, whom we once covered on this program earlier this year, were convicted and sentenced to 34 years imprisonment each for armed robbery and rape committed by Penisa during the robbery. Lastly, Moses Manyemwe, aged 40, was convicted and sentenced to 20 years imprisonment at Gokwe Regional Court for raping his 12-year-old daughter. Moving on to other crime issues. There have been rising cases of fraud where criminals are stealing money from the banks through the use of messages being sent to victims purportedly from the banks. Recently, a Bulawayo man lost more than 26,000 Zimbabwean dollars from his account after he responded to such a text message.
Kwenza ukuthi kwakungena imessage eCabs eyisuka kuCabs, so mina into eyenzakalayo ngayignore message leya, kwazothi ngezikhathi sukusiya kuma-12 past 12 ngapha kwazongena enye message, kwazokuthi njalo ngezikhathi after some minutes kwazongena enye, so kusuka ekuseni khonapho sezongena enye kwazothi bazofona in 10 minutes ukuthi njani khangela ilokuzeni ama digits lawa angu6 wenze njani usithumezele ngapha kulento esifuna ukulungisa ema-bank, ngaziwanika ama digits lawa angu6 waqalisa manje kuba njani after 10 minutes imali yayilokhu isithathu ithi imali laphana wazokuthi nemuzi imali yathathu laphana sisithi semfona kuthi kanti bantu wena muntu imali yeCabs likamisa njani, sothi hayi it's a period of 1 hour kuphela, so njani i-period of 1 hour iyabisivile imali yakho kulento esifuna ukuzilungisisa. Nalami ngacanga ukuthi njengoba ngena ama-message yeCabs hayi imali yami njani iyaphendula imali laphana ngazofukela ebhenki ekuseni sisithi ngiyedinga abantu bebhenki ngathi ukuthi kanti likamisa njani imali yami, wazothi ngiselayini nebhenki ukuthi ngingene kwaba ukuthi wafona umuntu yena lo ngeCabs wathi no mazi misimpofu into ekhona besicela usinike 20 minutes imali yakho sisizayibisela katheso. Ngahlala almost 1 hour lokho enhlezi sembona imali akula semfona kwa same thing nika 5 minutes ngathi ngalokho ngacontinue 1 hour futhi sembona so semini lapha mina ngathi ngonjani ngingene nebhenki yabo ngiyokhulumisa nebhenki ngizwe ukuthi awufa umuntu walokho emisile awulancedi, so ngakungena kwami laphana phakathi ngathi ngingena labantu bangirefer wathi ubona umanager lona sesithi lawa ngamasela phela thina sangisende lokho yabo ngenze njani wathi hayi uthi ugijime central report.
We have had a problem whereby we see criminals or scammers using what we call an OTP message to scam a banking public. Could you please tell us what this OTP means?
OTP is it's a once-off password that is generated by a system or by a device. Let's use WhatsApp, which is very popular with our communities, right? You want to change or you want to use a new device, right? So whenever you change your login credentials, WhatsApp will give you a password that you need to use to authenticate that authentication would give you authority or access to your WhatsApp. So in this instance, someone could have downloaded an application, a banking application, and instead of using his number, he used the victim's number. And these cyber criminals then contacted the victim.
So how do they get my bank account, my phone number, or even to know that my account has got money?
One thing that I've realized about most of these cyber cases that we have been dealing with is that there is an insider element. I cannot rule out the fact that there could be some, dubious tellers or former employees who have, general knowledge about the banking sector. So obviously, these are the people who are providing these criminals with the information, and hence these cyber criminals pounce on innocent members of the public.
Okay, so what advice can you give members of the public on how they can protect themselves from falling victim to such kind of scams?
Members of the public should not disclose their banking details to anyone. Even if it means it's your family members, you need to be very careful when it comes to banking information, because you realize that some of the cases that you are receiving, you realize that the parent would have disclosed his banking details to his family members, and these family members, will end up withdrawing money from the account without the bank card owner's knowledge. It is prudent to mention that the banks do not ask for login details over the phone. It will be a first to hear a bank doing that. If at all you feel that you have received a call from the bank and they are asking you, that information, you should contact the bank. That's why the banks have got hotlines. Or you can even approach your nearest police station to inquire, because we have a cyber department within the Zimbabwe Republic Police, which also conscientizes the public on how to manage their accounts which are connected to the cyberspace.
Meanwhile, a serial eco-cash fraudster and imposter, Tinashe Munuwei, aged 36, of Mufakose, Harare, was arrested for defrauding several people using a fictitious name and was recently convicted and sentenced. Let us hear more on the story.
As police, we have recently had an influx of cases of fraud in which accused persons phone their intended victims asking for financial assistance. As a result, the victims are given eco-cash numbers to which to remit the said assistance. Thereafter, the victims later discover that they've been duped. After having received the said cases, us as police made thorough and comprehensive investigations, and as a result, we made a major breakthrough by managing to apprehend one of the culprits, Tinashe Munuwei, aged 36. And we have managed to prosecute him, and he has since been sentenced to 56 months imprisonment with labor. I want to take this moment to conscientize members of the public to desist from rendering financial assistance to people whom they do not know and who would have made some suspicious phone calls to them. In the event that one gets such phone calls, immediately proceed to the nearest police station and make a formal police report.
In the same vein, the ZRP would like to alert members of the public of moving criminals who are attacking people during the night at their homes using machetes, firearms, and other dangerous weapons, thereafter rob them of their valuables and in some cases rape the victims. 3 such cases occurred in Chekutu, battlefields in Kadoma, and Chakari areas last weekend, and police are conducting investigations. So far, police have arrested one of the suspects, Musarurwa Chikwari, aged 35, of Upworth, Harare, in connection with a case which occurred in Chekutu, where he, together with his accomplices who were putting on masks, pounced on a family with machetes, a firearm, and other weapons. It has since been established that Chikwari is on bail pending trial for another armed robbery case. We are intensifying investigations to make sure that we bring to book the outstanding accused persons so that they face the full wrath of the law. We are in the second segment of Crime Watch, and thank you for staying with us as we continue to look at arrests around the country. Police in Victoria Falls have been receiving a number of unlawful entry and theft cases, and following a thorough investigation, they nabbed a gang of criminals who were committing these cases. Several implements used in the commission of these crimes were recovered.
We have managed to reduce crimes, especially crimes of unlawful entry and theft within our district, especially in Victoria Falls, whereby criminals were taking advantage of this hot season to break into houses, not actually breaking the doors, but just entering. In Victoria Falls, it's like there are a lot of people who usually reside at one house. So the main door usually is remain open for the next person to come in. So these criminals also take advantage to just come in and open the door, and then they enter inside the house, they steal the property. Some of the adults who were involved in this racket are already serving their sentences in the prison. We encourage all members of the community to close their doors, especially when they are retiring for bed, to lock their doors and also to close their windows, and to remove all valuables within sight of the criminals, especially during the night. I also want to take this opportunity to encourage also members of the community to come forward to report all cases which are being perpetrated within our area of responsibility.
Modern day policing demands us to be proactive rather than being reactive, and this can only be achieved through the use of police intelligence, which is one of the departments in the police organization. Recently, 52 police intelligence members underwent a one-week induction course to help sharpen their skills in intelligence gathering. Officer commanding Bulawayo Province, Commissioner Patton Bangwa, officiated at the event where he urged them to be innovative and come up with information that will assist the ZRP in fighting crime.
You will agree with me, ladies and gentlemen, that modern-day policing worldwide rests on proactiveness, which is hinged on effective and efficient intelligence function. This, therefore, requires you to supply real-time and actionable intelligence. This induction course is designed to equip you with the requisite skills, knowledge, and the appropriate attitude. This induction course has been designed with a view to address issues that include standardizations and performance and aligning of competencies with the dynamic political, economic, social, and legal environment. Right. It is my hope that this rightly formulated curriculum will transform you into the intelligence personnel that the organization and the country at large needs.
Moving on, the rampant disregard of road rules and regulations by drivers remains one of the causes of road traffic accidents on our roads and highways. And the question still remains, is it the fact that people don't know, or is just impunity? The Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe continues to address these issues as we together try and promote road safety.
We once again would like to highlight the problems associated with the intersection driving. In broad daylight, you see a driver driving through a red robot. Pedestrians themselves, again, here at such an intersection, are not quite sure what to do. So we'd like to remind each and every driver, could try to follow the road rules governing such an intersection. Number one, it is an offense to drive without a license. Simple. So our drivers must make sure that every time they drive, they are licensed. But brothers, keep an attitude. What does it mean? It means that vamwe vakapoteredza vanoziva kuti uyana license vanomusiya achidrive. Vamwe ndo vanoburukirana. Kuburukirana kuri kuuraisa vanhu. So hatinoda kuti vanhu vedu vafe nenhau dzokuburukirana. Munhu asina kunzi doctor haagoni kubaya jekiseni. Kwemi zvamusina kunzi driver. Maakudriver motikari. Vabereki havazvizive. Vabereki vanokuvara. Kozongoita vamwe vanofamba njake paintersection. Vatikani kwakuda kunaya. Musafambe kungofamba nje. Number 1 munotsikwa. Number 2 muchatochapudzirwa nemvura iyo mucheno yese ikaparara. Endai kure kunofambira mapedestrians. Mavendors edu fambai muchimeka sure kuti muri kutengesa pano pamakazitengeserai. We are approaching the festive season where increase in volume of traffic is anticipated, vehicular and human traffic. So we'd like to make sure that our usage of the road is very safe for everyone, because the government cares for everyone. Road safety is for everyone. It is a collective duty. So we want you to play your part. We will play our part. This is our story.
Welcome to the third and final segment of Crime Watch. Community policing initiatives are continuing to bear fruits as members of the public are helping the police in curbing crime in different ways. The community in Bulawayo have joined hands to construct a police base at Ngeta 9 shops, which is under Zetarapi Chabalala, so as to have easy access to police services. The police base was officially opened recently at an event in Ngeta, Bulawayo.
I am reliably informed that the construction of this Ngeta 9 police base was done by the community of this area and other stakeholders. The community did so knowing very well the importance of the police base to be brought close to them. On behalf of the Zimbabwe Republic Police, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude on the unwavering support and undying efforts of the business community of Zetarapi Chabalala policing area, and you, the dedicated Ngeta 9 members of the community who worked hard and who worked hand in glove with the police in the successful construction of this police base. The location of this police base will go a long way in suppressing crime and reducing the fear of crime amongst the Ngeta residents. Police visibility will be increased in this area and criminals will obviously disappear.
Police in Marondera took their crime awareness campaigns to Chitepo High School, where they educated learners on drug abuse and sexual offenses mostly perpetrated against young persons.
Kana paine ane information yemunhu ari kusupply madrugs tiudzei through masuggestion boxes edu akapoteredza muno mumamudombotombo kana kuuya pakuofisi yepamudombotombo police station kana any nearest police station yawo iri munzvimbo mamuri tiri kusangana nemaproblems ekuti vana vatuku vari kunopedzera vaakumwa doro vachitora zvifadzi vasununguke vafaranuke.
I want to thank the police officers that have came here. They taught us about discipline, that we should have discipline in a school and also in the community and the society that we are living in. They also actually told us about rape cases that are actually happening, especially in homes and in communities that are surrounding us. And they taught us if you're actually being raped or being abused at home or in a school, you should come to the nearest police officers and report.
We've learned that drugs affect us very badly, and the forms of drugs that are like laundry and cocaine affect our health as a whole. So police officers taught us how to prevent drug abuse and how to protect ourselves from this use of drugs.
As the headmaster of Chitepo Government Secondary School in Marondera, having experienced the challenges with my students, the challenges which range from sexual offenses, drug abuse, bullying, we decided to invite the Zimbabwe Republic police officers so that they would help us in counseling our students and as well enlightening our students on the challenges faced in drug abuse and its effects, negative effects. I therefore, having talked to my students after the session and after the counseling session, I discovered that most of my students have changed in character positively. And I therefore urge my other fellow heads, be they primary or secondary heads, to follow suit in fighting the Zimbabwe Republic Police. This will go a long way in alleviating general problems in schools, and your students will behave well.
As we wrap up this week's episode, we would like to highlight some of the people who are on the police wanted list. Peter Wishes Mushonga, aged 56, of Branchen A Farm, Beatrice, is wanted by Beatrice Police in connection with a rape case. Kenny Kayane Mpofu, age unknown, whose last known address was GP9 DA Compound, Lupane, is wanted by Lupane Police for fraud. Chiwarizo Police is looking for Levi Nyamuchireka, aged 23, of house number 4822 Chiwarizo, Bindura, in connection with a rape case. Lastly, police in Marondera are looking for a missing person, Wilson Tenda, aged 19, of Windrush Farm in Marondera, who went missing on 25 August 2019. He is said to have left for work at the farm and never returned. He was wearing a khaki jacket and a blue jean. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of those people may contact any nearest police station or contact us on the details that have been appearing on your screens. It has been a pleasure having you along on this program, and we applaud all those that have partnered with us in different ways. Please let's stay safe and be cautious of all those bent on causing disorder in our communities. Until we meet again next time, pleasant viewing.